Hey, my name is Nicholas with Hound on the Run, and I just want to make a quick video to fill everyone in on this book that I wrote. So last week I announced on my newsletter and also on Instagram that I wrote a book called The Cat Dog Chronicles, and here it is. So I just wanted to make a video real quick to kind of explain a little bit more about what this book is all about and why I wrote it and when it'll be available and things like that. So right now I'm actually out in the woods. I just ran my out here running my dogs. It's not quite hunting season yet, but we just wanted to get them out for some exercise. It's been really hot out this summer, so they haven't really been able to get out for about 2 months. So they're a little out of shape, a little slower than usual, but we're still having a great day. And I just found this nice little spot, little pull out, so I figured I'd make a quick video. So this book, Cat Dog Chronicles, is the book that I wrote, and it's my first book, so I'm very proud of it. And yeah, it is all about, really, if I were to boil it down, it's all about the journey that I've been on, learning how to catch bobcats with my dogs. So I started out coon hunting with my dogs about a little over 4 years ago. Bobcat hunting is a whole different level of hound hunting compared to coon hunting. Bobcat hunting, we're out here on way bigger land, way bigger chunks of land. The animals themselves run really far. It's really challenging for the dogs to catch them. And by catch them, I mean tree them. So I really started bobcat hunting in earnest at the beginning of last year, so about a full year ago. My hunting mentor, he gave me one of his old finished bobcat dogs. Her name is Whiskey, and that really made it feasible for me to even get into this at all, because bobcats, they leave so little scent behind, and they're so difficult to find that without a actual finished dog, it just feels like it'd be nearly impossible. Over the last year, I've learned so much about bobcats and bobcat hunting and bobcat dogs. So being a writer, I wanted to, I've always wanted to write a book, and this seemed like the perfect opportunity because I'm brand new to this whole sport. So I feel like I'm bringing in like a fresh perspective to how this all unfolds. And I'm really happy, not to toot my own horn, but I'm really happy with how I've conveyed the learning process of learning how to hunt bobcats. So that's really what this book is all about. It's all about starting from scratch with me having no experience at all hunting bobcats, and going kind of step by step through what that process was like and how incredibly difficult it has been. So to date, just to fill you in, I've only caught a couple of bobcats with my own dogs. I've been to a lot of bobcat trees, all thanks to my mentor and his incredible dogs. I mean, his pack is just so dialed in, it's insane. There's only been a few days where I'd be out with him and we didn't catch a bobcat. I mean, that's the exception, not the rule. The rule is whenever I go out with him, we're catching at least one bobcat, which is just phenomenal. When I'm out there with my own dogs, however, it is, I hunted, I think, like, I don't know, maybe 60 days before maybe even longer, before I ever got my own bobcat up a tree with my own dogs. I'm hoping to have this book published within the next couple of weeks. So this one here, this copy I have here, you'll see it says not for resale. This is a proof. So this is my second proof I've got so far. The first one, I just went through it, made some little corrections here and there. This book is, let's see, It's 175 pages long. So it takes me about 5 hours to read through it. And yeah, I'm also going to be putting out the audiobook version within the next couple of months. But finding the time to finding quiet time in my house is kind of difficult with all these freaking hound dogs. So I'm going to record it myself, obviously. Just like this book, it's fully self-published, you know. Luckily, I have an incredible wife who's also an author, and she's written a book and published it herself. So she really helped me a lot with the whole publishing process, and yeah, she also designed the cover, which I think is just gorgeous. So yeah, turned out really good. I'm really excited to release this into the world, and I wrote it. I wrote it hoping other hunters will read it, but I really wrote it with the non-hunter in mind, because I always find, like, over the last 4.5 years since I've been into all this, whenever I'm just talking with random people that I meet, the conversation, you know, when I tell them that I have hunting dogs, they want to know what I hunt with them, so I tell them bobcats. And then that just opens this whole can of worms about what that is actually like. So the majority of people have no idea what is involved with hound hunting. And so that's why I kind of wrote it with the non-hunter in mind. So to all my hardcore hunting friends, I'm sorry if it comes across as like I'm kind of dumbing things down, but I wanted, you know, like my coworkers, my non-hunting family members, I wanted those kind of people to be able to read it and understand what I'm talking about. And I wanted to kind of convey how much really goes into all this stuff, into this hound hunting sport. And really, I'm just excited to have written a book. I've always wanted to write a book, and I finally did it. Somehow I just sat down and basically wrote it straight through. It took me, so I started it after the end of this last hunting season, which ended February 28th. So I started it in March, April, May, June, July, and I finished it basically in July. Or the whole manuscript. Finished it in July. So it took me 4 months, which I feel like was pretty fast for me. I'm usually kind of a slow writer, but I just kind of brain dumped it. And luckily, I think it came out in a good, and I think it makes sense. You know, it's kind of, I tried to stick to more or less a chronological order, Chronicles, as the title would imply. So yeah, I'll keep everybody posted on when it's actually available. Please follow Hound on the Run on Instagram. But also, more importantly, please subscribe to my newsletter. So that's houndontherun.com. And I'm planning on, I kind of took a long break from posting on there. And the main reason for that was that I really want to just focus on hunting. And there's only so much time in the day, which I've realized. So I just decided about a year ago, okay, I'm going to take a break from all this other stuff, just going to focus on the dogs, just going to focus on hunting. And yeah, so now that I got this book done, that freed up some mental bandwidth. So I'll be posting on my Hound on the Run newsletter a lot more. I'm also going to try to put out some more videos, possibly more podcast episodes. But yeah, I'm gonna try to stick to a more steady publishing schedule. So yeah, please subscribe at houndontherun.com, and I will check in with everybody later.